The following is a production of the Dallas Genealogical Society. For more information, please visit our website at dallasgenealogy.org. Well, good morning, everybody. It is 11 o'clock, and it is time for our March meeting. I'm Tony Hansen, president of the Dallas Genealogical Society, and we're coming to you live from the J. Eric Johnson Dallas Public Library in beautiful downtown Dallas. So welcome to all of you that are here and to all of you who have joined us on Zoom. We're going to have a brief business meeting, and then we'll get to the fun part of the presentation in just a bit. We have minutes from our previous meeting, and those are posted on the website. You can go to our website and select on events and the next general meeting and meeting minutes, and you'll see there are the results from the February meeting. So are there any updates, corrections to the minutes as posted? We thank Terry Turner, our secretary, for doing a wonderful job with that. We've got lots of money in the bank. We're very well funded at the moment and in great shape for that. So at the moment, we've got about 18,000, a little bit over 18,000 in our checking, a little bit over 54,000 in savings, and then 100,000 in our CD accounts. And so again, we're just looking for some good opportunities to find something really worthwhile to do with that. And when we find that, we'll spend some money. Just a reminder that in our May meeting, we're going to be doing our annual awards. And so we welcome your nominations for people you think have done an outstanding job on behalf of the society. And we also need a couple of people on the committee to help us filter through all the many nominations I'm sure we're going to get. Right? Okay. So if anybody's interested in helping that would be much appreciated. And again, you can go to our website and under events and then annual awards. And there is a webpage there where there's a nomination form that you can nominate people and can review some of what the awards are and why we give them. And contact me if you're interested in being on the committee. We are participating this weekend at the North Texas Irish Festival. Sue and I were there last night. We got the booth set up and everything is going. And we're going to be there all day again today and all day tomorrow. So if you happen to be attending the Irish Festival, stop on by. We're in the Automobile East building at booth number 24, down by all of the clans, all the Scottish people and their cute little kilts. Yeah, that's right. We will also be participating in the Arlington, Texas Stake Family History Conference again. That'll be on March 22nd over in Arlington. That's looks like about a 4-track event that they do every year. Small little exhibit area, but we're going to be participating in that as exhibitors and waving the flag on behalf of the society again. The Texas State Genealogical Society is going to be having their annual conference this year, and they are also going to be having on the Thursday before a society leadership forum, which is new for them. They've not been doing a focus on societies at their conference in the past, and it's new for this year. But if you're interested in being a presenter either at their general conference or at the society leadership conference, they have a call for papers out now, and those are due by April 11th. And so just see the Texas State Society website for all the details and the requirements for being a presenter at that. Our cemetery indexing project is moving right along. This is where we're going through all of our records and adding information about billing graves and find a grave and death certificates if we can find them. And so far, we're moving right along. We're just about 23, almost 24% completed. So again, thanks to all the volunteers who have been helping so assiduously on that. In the past 30 days, Megan Dobbins, again, has been the leader. She did 861 records just in the last month. But Heather Hall is the overall leader. She's done a bit over 3,000 records since we started doing this. So again, we're very grateful to everybody who is volunteering to do that. And we're getting great information online for people who utilize our database. And you can too, if you're interested in being part of this program. Again, if you go to our website and go under Get Involved, and there is a link to the Cemetery Indexing Project. And there's some links on there, a couple of videos that you watch. And once you've worked your way through that as training, contact us. We'll get you a user ID and a password, and you can join the fund too. It's really kind of interesting work and easy, something you can do from anywhere. We talked last month about the Horton Family Cemetery. We had been notified by somebody who has lived out there for quite a while with some concern about construction that is going on all around that cemetery. It's an old historic cemetery established back in the 1850s by the Horton family, one of the very first settlers in the Dallas area, part of the Peters Colony Settlers Group. And The cemetery is just old and overgrown and abandoned, and it's an island of construction. There's just all kinds of bulldozing and earth moving and everything going on around it. And this person was very concerned that this cemetery was just going to get bulldozed under. So we and several other organizations have gotten involved and gotten mobilized. We did some investigation and found out that there was no City of Dallas historic designation for the cemetery. And we've contacted the City of Dallas and are taking steps to make that happen. We've contacted the developer as well, and they seem to be doing all the right stuff. The developer had a representative at this first meeting that we had with the city council designation group. They explained that the property, which is a two acre piece of property in the middle of all this, they have deeded as a standalone piece of property. They have put a deed restriction on it, preventing any further development in the future. So they're really doing all the right stuff to try to help protect it. And they don't seem to be opposed to having the city designation as well, which just adds a few more requirements if anything is ever done to the cemetery. Even something as benign as like going in and cutting down a tree or something, with this designation, they're supposed to file a proposal. The city looks at it and says, okay, well, that's not a tree that's, got a marker on it, marking a cemetery or some such thing, and just adding another layer of protection to it so that it'll be preserved for time. In doing some research, we also found out that although the cemetery has a historical marker from the state, it never received a state historical designation. Apparently, at the time that the markers were being created in the 90s, when this one was, there was no historic designation process. So that is one of the things that we will also look at doing as well, to get just as much official protection as we possibly can for this, because it's a pretty historic old cemetery. Barbara Ware has been quite active in going through some of the records that we've uncovered in this process. As you know, with these old cemeteries, burial records for these early burials are just really hard to come by. But in doing this research, we've come across some documentation and some things from some family members and some records that they have had. And we've identified a large number of other burials we did not have in our database. But they seem credible and they seem legitimate, if you will, that we feel confident enough that Barbara has added them into our database. So, so we've now have a few more burials documented in that cemetery, and we will continue to do that. We've done some updating in the webpage as well, changed the format a bit and added some additional information. And so just take a look at that and see some of the things that we're doing to kind of update and refresh that as well. Hopefully you're aware we have a number of special interest groups that continue to operate throughout the year. And you can find information about current meetings by going to home and then the calendar and the special interest group selection, and that will show you all of the upcoming meetings. We've got a German genealogy group coming up on March 8th. Very pertinent to what I'm researching is Bernhard Meisner is going to be talking about researching Bavarian ancestors, and that's where I believe all of my German came from. So very interested in that. If you've never heard Bernhard speak before, he's quite an excellent speaker. So I'm looking forward to that. And that's going to be hosted here at the library up on the 6th floor. It will also be broadcast on Zoom and recorded for documentation on the website is later as well. We have an African American group meeting on the 15th. That'll be at 2 p.m. on the 6th floor in Classroom C. That will also be broadcast on Zoom. DNA group meets every other month, and this is their month. They're meeting on the 20th at 6 p.m. Again on the 6th floor in Classroom D, and that will also be broadcast via Zoom. And finally, last but not least, the best practices group is going to be meeting on the 22nd. That'll be at 10:30 on the 8th floor in the McDermott room. That will just be an in-person live meeting. Hopefully, you also know that we've got a seminar coming up on March 15th. We're going to have folks from the Ulster Historical Foundation here talking about Irish research. So that's an event on the 15th. They're coming back on the 16th with a special opportunity where you can pay for some on-site one-on-one consultation. That will also be here at the library as well. You can still sign up for the presentation, and you'll be hearing in just a bit about a special offer that we have that we'll be extending this weekend as well. And there's information on the website too. I'm not sure if the consultations have any more slots open. Sharon, do you happen to know? Okay, so the consultations. Maybe, okay. So Steve, so somebody may have gotten the last consultation slot, so that may not be an opportunity for that anymore. So good, I'm glad that everybody's taken full advantage of having such marvelous expertise here. It's quite a unique opportunity. So you can register on our website, and hopefully if you've not signed up for the seminar, do so, but wait until you hear about our special offer in just a few minutes. We do have couple of other seminars coming up, and on July 26th, we'll be doing some looking at some Hispanic research. And then on October 25th, we'll be focusing more on women in genealogy. So 2 more seminars to keep your calendar. This has been a production of the Dallas Genealogical Society. If you're already a member, thank you. Your fees have been supporting these and other society activities. If you're not yet a member, please consider joining now. Go to dallasgenealogy.org and click on the membership tab.